Hi, I'm Pastor Nasa, and I'm really glad you took a moment to watch this. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you felt truly rested? Not just when you got a few hours of sleep, not just when you had a day off, but rested in your mind, your body, and your soul. I once heard someone say that the most common answer people give when asked about how they are doing is one simple word: busy. But sometimes busy is just another way of saying something else: tired. Because the truth is, many people today are not just busy, they are exhausted. People wake up tired. They rush through the day tired. And even when they finally lie down at night, their mind refuses to turn off. Thinking about tomorrow, thinking about responsibilities, thinking about problems that might happen. Slowly, life begins to feel like an endless cycle of pressure and fatigue. Many people today are not only anxious, they are simply tired of carrying so much. One of the strange realities of modern life is that we have more technology than any generation before us. But many people feel more exhausted than ever. Notifications constantly going off, work following us everywhere, schedules packed from morning until night. We are always connected, but we're rarely at peace. And sometimes the deeper problem is not just physical fatigue. Sometimes it is soul exhaustion. The quiet feeling that life never slows down long enough for us to breathe. And when the soul is tired, no amount of entertainment or distraction can truly fix it. Listen to the words of Jesus in Matthew 11 and verse 28. He says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Notice what Jesus does not say. He does not say, fix everything in your life first. He does not say, come back when you're stronger. He simply says, come to me. And then he makes a promise: I will give you rest. Not just rest for your schedule, but rest for your soul. Because the deepest rest the human heart needs is not found in slowing down life. It is found in drawing closer to the one who created life. Something interesting about the Bible is that rest was part of God's design from the very beginning. In the book of Genesis, we read that after creating the world, God set aside a day of rest, not because he was tired, but because he was teaching humanity something important. That life was never meant to be a constant cycle of pressure and production. God designed a rhythm of life that includes rest, reflection, and connection with him. Jesus later explained it this way: the Sabbath was made for man. In other words, rest was meant to be a gift, a weekly reminder that our value does not come from how busy we are, but from our relationship with God. God built into time itself a moment where we can pause, breathe, and reconnect with him. So here is something simple to think about this week. What would change in your life if you actually allowed space for rest? Not just physical rest, but time to reconnect with God, time to pause, time to remember what really matters. Because sometimes the most spiritual thing we can do is simply stop long enough to let God renew our strength. If you're watching this with others or discussing it later, here are two simple questions to talk about together. Number one, what are some of the things in life that drain your energy the most? And the second question, if you want to go a bit deeper, where do you usually go when your mind and your heart feel tired? This week, we are continuing our journey called From Stress to Strength. And over the next few weeks, we are discovering how the Bible speaks to the real struggles people face every day. So next week, we will explore something that shapes every part of our lives: identity. Because many people today are not only anxious and not only exhausted, they are searching for meaning, direction, and purpose. And the Bible has something powerful to say about who we are and who God created us to become. Until next time, remember this simple truth. The same Jesus who invites us to come to him still knows how to give rest to a weary soul.